something is happening very quickly. This is speedy, this is fast, and there is a lot going on. And that includes eyes on you. You're being watched, okay? It is about you and your personal evolution. It is about what you are doing uniquely. It isn't anything to be scared of. It is about your commitment that we've spoken about earlier. It is about your wealth and abundance. It is about the money that is coming towards you, or the financial evolution that you are now exuding. It's about the finance you have in partnership and relations, a connection here, a business partnership here, money from the past here, committed, I want to say love, yeah? But over the last few readings on this channel, we've really started to segue between love and money in a really beautiful way that I had no idea would ever evolve out of me. Because obviously like attracts like, my consciousness and my shares are evolving. There's a lot of money here. Oh my goodness. Whoa. I'm really enjoying these readings now, because what I'm telling you, I'm seeing it's so positive. I like to talk about money in such a healthy, holistic, wholesome way, and I've never really had the opportunity to do that before. I feel so empowered to be here with you guys today, because even my chakras, my energy is so light and ethereal and really, really positive, because the reading today is about quick ascension that's not been quick at all, because you've been manifesting money for a really long time. And even when I say manifest, it doesn't talk to me about manifesting money in the typical sense of I'm going to dream, I'm going to manifest, I'm going to look. It talks about hard work, strategic planning, dedication, actualization over and over again. It talks about years of hard work and dedication, 10 years maybe, 17 years, 18 years, 19 years. Someone's coming on to 19 years of manifesting this money. 19 years, someone's had a manifestation goal. Someone's been looking for a partner in business, some kind of financial business ship. I like this. I see an acceleration. What I do see, and what I think is really, really nice, right? And I have no idea when this is going to hit matter. But what I do see, right, is at some period of space and time, whenever you do come across this reading, no matter how old it is, these are timeless readings, is my point. There's a business connection evolving. There's someone you know, someone around you, someone in your ecosystem, and you're aligning to them straight on. It's linked. It's linked in. It's node to node, right? You can follow this person on LinkedIn. Somehow they're linked to you in business, and it's a really purposeful, fruitful, rich vibration. There's a lot of money that you're manifesting, they're manifesting, you're dreaming of. Equally, you are manifesting the same ratio of exchange, the same rate of change. They're really key words that I keep bouncing around with this week. Rate of change and ratio of exchange. Yeah, two different concepts, both very important in regards to where we're going at this time, right? So I feel like I'm connecting with crypto, finance, entrepreneurs, monetary, economics, econo-physics, people that are designed to understand more about money or move into a business partnership with someone that's worth millions, billions, lots of money, right? I'm getting my tweet in my head where I was rapping millions in the net, trillions in the net, billions in the net, trillions in the net. Right? Trillions in the net. That's what I like to see. Billions in the net. They can keep icing me, you know? All of that energy. It's ours. Deliverance. Do you know what's nice? Because with that in my head, I'm getting the vision of it's okay. These 10 years, these 17 years, these 19 years, it's fine now. Because it makes sense. All the stuff I went through in the past, it makes sense now, because now my money's ringing up true. Remember, your ledger wasn't ringing up. Your money wasn't ringing up before. How interesting. Do you hear me say that? Your money wasn't ringing up right. You're at the till ringing up incorrect, ringing up There's nothing worse than when the money don't ring right. You know what that means, right? The money ain't ringing up right. I'm looking at corporations times 4. 2 people got 2 companies. Let me pin that. Let me dive. Let me dive first. Come on, let's go. 4 companies, right? Something wasn't ringing up right. Sexy as fuck looking at all of this shit, because in whoever this person is, right, you could have 2 companies, they could have 2 companies, but either way, something wasn't ringing up right for you. Yeah, you've looked at someone else, right? Ooh, power players in the game. You're looking at someone else, right, and you're thinking, my God, I need my shit to ring right. I need my shit to ring right. I don't understand why my shit's not ringing right. You look at the other person and they're ringing right. They're ringing right at you. That's why I keep saying ringing, because they're ringing you. energetically, telepathically, spiritually, some way, shape or form. Maybe in LinkedIn, this person's ringing you. Ring, ring, ring. It's money on the line. Yeah? Someone's ringing up for you. Oh my God, how sexy is this? Someone on the other end of the line, the other Fred, your Fred is ringing. This is so spiritual. If you see the visions that are coming to me as I try and weave through this story for you, right? Synapses firing is no joke. Neurotransmitters is not a joke, yeah? The ringing of this situation. You're trying to ring up 4 things, 4 items, 4 contracts, 4 people. You're ringing up wrong. You're ringing up wrong. You're ringing up wrong. Can't find the right number. Things aren't ringing up. Suddenly someone's ringed you and immediately everything's ringing up. High, right? High. You're ringing up because this other person's ringing up, and they're ringing you up because they know you need to ring up. And they're transparent. They're like, you're not ringing up right. Give me a sec. Wow. Listen up. I'm literally still holding a metaphorical phone in my hand right now. I feel like I've got someone on hold. That's how deep this is. Like, so it's like you've got meetings, you've got conversations, you've got someone on hold. You're talking to multiple people all the time. You're very busy, professional. You're always doing stuff. You've got someone on hold where you're quickly trying to ring this up, right? Listen to this. Like, listen up, because I'm in my energy now. I'm potentially even in your energy if you say something like that. I'm very serious in pursuit of this truth. In the past, right, you've been airy-fairy, you could have been in a relationship, you could have just been out sailing, you could have made a lot of money and given your businesses to other people to run. You haven't needed to run it, you haven't needed to take responsibility, you've had a lot of fun, you've been turning up, you could have been in a relationship, could have been dating, could have been on holiday, you could have been doing something, took you away from your companies, put you in a stagnant situation. Then you're realizing things aren't ringing up how they should have been ringing up. You had other expectations for your corporation that were holding you back. At the end of the day, someone's come forward. Some of you it's a masculine, some of you it's a feminine. Either way, it's a yin and yang vibration, a positive energy of healing and reciprocation. Someone's come forward to make amends and connections, right? This could be mother energy, right? A disciplinarian mother energy I get as well, right? Give me a second because this is interesting, yeah? Hold on. This is very, very interesting over here. A lot is making sense now, guys. A lot is making sense, yeah? Listen, because I'm looking at this energy flies out. Some of you it's a woman, some of you it's a man. Either way, whoever it is that you're aligning to, they're coming with sincere energy and they've got yin and yang. So they're into spirituality, they're into awakening, they're into chi, they're into awareness. This person's taken a risk in their career and they've seen you. They've taken a risk to reach out to you because they see you and they see what you're in. I think this person's quite transparent and talking about you, about your struggles and your business mishaps or faux pas or stuff that you've said. Whatever you've done or said or admitted to or moved forward with, someone's actually seen it and someone's actually offered you, it's commitment. Again, we spoke about this in the other reading, one of the other readings maybe 2 days ago, where we spoke about some kind of commitment, some kind of ascension, some kind of destined path that you're meant to go on. And as you're moving through this ascension, there are other figures involved. You've been working incredibly hard, I can see, with someone who hasn't really been bothered to do the job and someone who is taking over the workload but not really offering much. I'm looking at a person who doesn't always communicate very clearly, has pure intentions in their write-ups and work, has a pure grounding in the facility, but they're not as clear as they could be, and they're just presenting stuff. You know when you just present stuff but you don't really actualize stuff? Does that make sense? Someone probably in the corporation is that we could do this and we could do that and we could do this and we could do... It always falls flat with this person. They're not a bad person. The purity's there. You've probably known them for maybe 20 years, right? Because the purity's there and they're reliable. They always get their boots on and get the job done. But that's that. You shifted now. If you listen, oh, this is powerful today. I like what I'm seeing, and I like the evolution in the community here. Listen to this, because what I'm getting told now is you can no longer, powerful as fuck, you can no longer choose to awaken on your own. If you are a business person and you are leading the way in corporations, or you want to be a leading corporation, is my point. I see a leading corporation in your field, or your desire to be such, but you're busy off awakening. While you're busy off awakening, your money ain't ringing up true. Your money ain't ringing up true. Your money ain't ringing up true. Someone's come in from some kind of different aspect, some other kind of corporation, some kind of other different destined descent, came at you, hit you with some kind of awakening or truth. You've met someone, you've seen something online, whatever. This person, this connection, this partnership has awakened you to what you've been missing, and the fact that you've been away from your business, not making sure everything rings up correctly. And as a result of this, you're now seeing the two people that were in your corporation for who they are, and actually, I don't want to say these words, but they're the words that are coming to my head straight away, which is lazy and bone idle. The man is bone idle. I don't even really know what that means. I've never really called anyone bone idle in my life, so I assume that's your language, and I'm using your words. The man who I've just spoken about, who will get the boots on and get it done, but it's just lacking in other areas. They're just bone idle. That's the best way. So I guess bone idle in the sense of, I know what I'm doing, I'll get it done, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Like, they're gung-ho without anything else. Gung-ho in pursuit of their own gung-ho-ness. Right? Makes sense? Then not only that, we've got a feminine here who is sitting there with not so much her head in her hands, but just half asleep at the desk. Yeah? Streaming into the clouds, not paying attention. There's nothing worse in a corporation when you've got someone who's a lead, who's gung-ho, with all the gung-ho for themselves and their egotism, and someone who just sits at the desk and goes, oh. And you tell them a new idea, you give them something positive to do, and they go, oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. How's things going with this? Yeah, well, nearly done. Like, it's so low vibrational and so, flat. You got two people in your corporation that are carrying each other, because the gung-ho person carries woe is me, I'm just doing my job. But the vibration isn't what you need or desire to see, especially when you're off awakening and evolving. So this is what you must learn. And this is why I actually built my corporation in the first place. And this isn't a sell. Let me tell you that, right? This is truth, right? You have to choose to awaken your corporation. You have to choose to go wherever whatever you've been doing. Tell me you're coming back to feed that to your staff team. Tell me you're coming back to fire, rehire, or fire, rehire, realign to this mission and get people in check and get them where they need to be. Because you need staff that are reflective of what your output should be. Every time you go off and awaken, you need to come back and bring that awakening into your corporation. That's how it should be. And if your staff are not truly reflective of you, then you're going to be stuck. Many corporations I'm quite rude about now and then. I talk about the muggle within the corporation and the muggle staff's on a 9 to 5. That's rude, because we need so many staff that are happy to do a 9 to 5, go in with a clear job description and plan and follow it through to a T and talk absolutely beautifully, unlike me, because I am uncouth, incredibly rude, incredibly obnoxious, and all about me in pursuit of my business dreams. That's okay, because I've taken my own stand and entrepreneurial stance for me to have that. Anyone else who hasn't, who has aligned to a job description, that's their destined path and free will choice. And we use them for that. You've got to find the right people for the right position. And you've got to be able to come back. You want staff that are moldable, malleable. You want to come back and do internal training. Every time you go off around the seas and you do what you do you come back and teach that to your staff team? Yeah? You went to the Amazon and you've done something in the rainforest. You come back and bring something. That's good. That is for a training day. Every time you leave and you come back, go and do a training day, a presentation, some integration so your staff take that on board. And for that quarter, that Q of the year, your staff are being trained with that new discipline you learn. Because your company needs to be reflective of you. That's why I think I'm lit in business. That's why I think I'm great at what I do. Because I don't just sit on one construct. I embed the moleculars in everything I do. That's why my business has taken a really, really long time to build, and why my mental health has really had to find itself through the seas of individuality here. And conspiracy and pseudo was consuming my life until the point where destiny stepped forward and said, no, my darling, you're right. This is indeed your destined path. These things are indeed coming true. You are not who you thought you were. Be you, right? So in regards to my company, starting off with tarot, singing bowls, loads of different unique stuff to empower the unique individual, the school of hermitology, and the stuff I do there for corporations. And then the separate scope for that in regards to technology and the evolution of that, I've only built that off my own back because that was my vision of what I know I needed for my staff team to be successful as I ascend. Because I want to be liberated, I want to be free, and I want to travel the world, and I want liberation for all of my staff, and I understand remote working, and the number of days of the week that we work is all shifting. How we all work is changing in molecular ways. AI, robotics, the integration of staff with machinery taking over a lot of jobs, the need for money mechanics to be a lot stronger, but love and light to be just right there beside it. All of these ideologies that I ingrained into myself, and that took me on these paths that were lonely and self-consuming, making me feel like I'm too obsessed with this one unique vision, has in the end birthed me onto this pathway where I can create something amazing. And you're telling me now through this reading, you see that for you, you know, you see that for you. So I'm excited because now I know like attracts like, soul tribe is real. You are out here doing this. So whatever your staff team need now, I'm using the example I'm using, but it could be different for you. Because Amazon, soul tribe, ayahuasca drinking, sitting in a bush, meditation, that's my thing. Whatever your unique thing is, you could have went off and studied a brand new discipline in science. Yeah? Are you teaching your different staffs about different disciplines in science that they could use? Because the ideology of bionics, in my head I'm getting like dendrites and rDNA, chemistry, codon usage bias, different system designs, teaching that to your staff per quarter, the stuff that you would like to see evolve in your company as new disciplines and new system approaches to keep you update with the AI of the situation, the AGI of the situation. You should be teaching your staff all of this during quarterly training days. So that way they start using these molecular structures a lot more in the corporation, so you can guarantee your company's running when you're off doing what you've got to do. And you go out and you get the intel and you study all this and you bring it back and feed it into your network, feed it into your community so they can be rich and prosperous. These staff will evolve, I see. Like in my head, it's like cutting dead weight is incredibly important, but you would know what to. I'm not going to feed into that energy because I just don't feel the need to or desire to. But the truth of the matter is, these two, sometimes in love readings and lighter vibrations, I will dive in and have conversations over here. When it comes to business, I like to stay out of it when it comes to this kind of gift in this channel, because it's a lot more spiritual. Spirituality in business, when it comes to degrees like this, I feel like there should be a little less degrees of freedom. I could talk about your love life because that's more spiritually lightly inclined. When it comes to money and mechanics to this degree, there's a lot more variables that I won't see and I shouldn't see and don't need to know about, right? Because this is your personal corporate ascent. So we take that a little bit more seriously over here. So I've identified both of these characters and I've said hire, refire, teach them, train them. It's the understanding of, do you have scope on the world at large? Do you understand the ratio of layoffs that's been happening in your industry and your ecosystem? Not only that, well, the attributes that these individuals do bring. Are they in the right position? Are they on the right salary? Is there worth bringing someone over them, beneath them, below them, in between them? Is it worth them merging job roles? Is it worth them going on training courses, learning new disciplines? What's their long-term goal with you and your corporation? Where do you want to see them sit? How do you want them to be aligned? Are they the kind of person that you would bring on holiday with you to experience this ascent or this scientific discipline so that they can go back and feed that into the team? Should they be doing more holistic, home-based stuff? What are they bringing uniquely to the team? Are unique individuals? Got to be unique. What I want for my company in the future, yeah? This is my biggest, like, the dream of manifestation of everything that I'm doing and what I see it look like in reality is I have my work company is radical as fuck. Not in regard, like, it's radical as fuck. I worry about using the word radical because I fight against violence and radicalization. So I should probably talk a lot more about that word publicly and personally and really define boundaries on that because we've got to be careful, right? But the truth of the matter is, when I talk about my company being radical, I'm talking about on what it will look like on the surface. Because the ideology, I want to see in-house skateboarding ramps, and I want to see people climbing walls and jumping off trampolines. I want to see people trying out new tech. I want to see people looking every single colour, every single age. I want the desk environments, the setup of the room. I want the flooring. I want the mechanics. I want everyone in the building being unique and different. I'm not going to employ people based on race, size, colour and gender, but I want to make sure I provide absolute unique vibrations of working. If I know that you're amazing and you're gifted and you create something and you're great at it, I don't even want to provide you with a muggle style job description that's going to have you sitting here in Mr. Anderson vibration at the desk, limited and preventing yourself from being the best version of you that you were destined to be. I want you to come to my company and feel like what you do for me is destiny for you. That's how I win. Yeah? I wanna feel like my company is my destiny. And I know I've been searching all my life for my destiny. So why would I ever create a company that doesn't provide that same mentality for everyone who works for me, everyone are on board, everyone who uses the system, everyone who uses the service? I want you to feel like this is destined for you. I want you to feel this is meant for you. I want to get up in the morning, walk into my corporation, know that half of my staff don't even leave. They live in the office. They're on the skateboarding ramp. They're running, you know that target board where the wall is a massive target and someone just runs off the ramp, the jumping ramp, and runs straight into the target board and sticky walls. I want to see people jumping onto sticky walls in the middle of the day for inspiration. I want to see people playing fucking a range of different games, shooting balls around the place, tech drones spinning all over the room. I want people to, like, you walk in and you're like, what the fuck? And you're talking to people in proper collared up CEO with their briefcases coming in for billion-dollar, trillion-dollar negotiations, stepping on slime and gloop, and they're walking around drones that nearly knocked their head off. Watching it, and the signs all over the wall say, watch your step, caution sign. Don't go that way, guys, because there's the fire robots might burn your toe. Please don't go to the fire robot section, right? You might need hard hats just to walk to the main office. Do you get what I mean? Like, I want it to be wild and crazy like that. I want there to be liberation and so much freedom. And I want it to also be work for older generations, people who don't desire to retire, people that want to work later in life. I want there to be purpose and reason for humans to still work. Yeah, to still have a job. I want to see all ages. Like, I want to see a 90-year-old, an 80-year-old who's been doing some crazy discipline for years, knitting. This is how my brain works. This 90-year-old knitting woman is giving a lecture to our 24-year-olds who are in the lattice interns, and they're teaching them the true mechanics of weaving a lattice. Something stupid like that is how my brain works, because the ideology of one molecular structure can be found in another, and we're going to build a whole game based off Granny just talking to us about how to weave this fucking lattice and how she's a master of weaving with a fucking sewing needle, and how she uses all these different threads and disciplines, and how we turn every single one of her needle designs and threads and the straight cross, the different cross and patterns into fucking absolutely different molecular structures and nodes of topology for testing experiments. Then I want laboratories and fucking white coats as well. That's at the school. That's different to the actual tech company. Then I actually want schools that actually run for all ages, from 0 to fucking 100, 120. Who's living to that age? We're going to push for it. Do you know what I mean? We want to know about all of this stuff. That's what I vision for my future. And the closer I keep going down this unique path, I see it coming more and more. I've just gone on a run and shared my most beautiful manifestations and dreams with you. So I hope that finds you well. And I hope you understand how out there you can be and how unique you can be in your reality. And I think you see that now, yeah? I think that you see the power in your manifestation and the power in your dream. We didn't even finish pulling cards. I just went off there. I just went into my reality, that my dream of, or my destined path, you know. And don't be afraid to stand alone, yeah? Because okay, listen, this is what I'm getting here. I've just said don't be afraid to stand alone, and I've said that because when you're going on all of these vacations and doing all of this stuff, are you coming back and reporting the findings? I was feeling like you wasn't. It's okay to stand alone, eat alone, at a cafeteria or wherever you go. When you spend time, you don't have to force communication with staff. Is what I get. Or feel like you have to be a certain kind of vibration when you're around people. Learn to be more you all the time. So I'm the kind of person, right? I will go to the canteen and I'll sit by myself. If when I was at uni, or if I'm at the desk and everyone's working, but everyone's just kind of forcing conversation. If I'm in the zone, I'm going to be in the zone. I want to know people's working styles and working habits. If you're happy to be quiet all day and sit there by yourself and work and not socialize, but that's you because you're a hermit, do that. You're giving me the best output, your work's the greatest, fair enough. You sit in the canteen, you're sitting by yourself eating, you don't need to go and join that table and force conversation because today you're not in the mood. Don't do it. Don't feel like you have to sit with the group over there. Oh, what are you getting? You're going to come and sit with us? No, I'm going to sit by myself over here. You're like, oh, okay. But it's interesting. I'll share this with you as well. Throughout uni, I was very hermetic and I was going through a lot of spiritually. I just keep myself to myself, and I'm either at the back of the class, all the way at the back. That's when I've got a lot of stuff to do and I need to sleekily do multiple different pieces of work at once. So I don't want to distract everyone while I'm at the front flicking through papers, and I don't want people to see what's actually on my laptop because it's probably unrelated to the class at hand. So I'll sit right at the back. But on the days that I really want to engage and ask a load of questions and nerd out on like ANOVA, and I've got serious questions to do with superstring, then I'm going to sit right at the front. So depending on what's going on, I'm going to be in that vibration. Then on my lunch break, if I'm going to go to the canteen, then I'm going to sit somewhere nice and comfortable by myself. And then what I started to realise is, I sat here by myself, and there was a group over there sitting, a group over there sitting. I didn't really know them well, but I could integrate. I say hi to them now and then. But I chose to sit by myself. Sometimes what you'll notice is people will just come in and start sitting with you that you kind of weren't initially in your social group or you weren't too close to. But it's interesting to see who gravitates towards you when you give yourself space to create space. Give yourself space to create more space. How amazing. That's hermetology for real. Create more space by making more space. Because if you sat with that group, you wouldn't necessarily conform to that group, but you would be more of a group and you would just fit in. And so with that other table as well, you'll sit with that table. I don't know why I'm getting all these visions of all these tables and where you could sit, but that's what I'm getting. But I like to sit alone because, to be honest, COVID was great when I realised everyone had 2 meters. I thought, oh my God, if we can keep this for the rest of our lives, I wouldn't need to have aura washes so much. I could calm down with my OCD if we could keep 2 meters a real thing, you know? So that's me and my problems. But the truth of the matter is, when you sit by yourself, I made some really cool friends that I didn't think I would, because I sat by myself and I didn't just go to the stereotypical group. Mainly because I just didn't want to force conversation that I didn't have. I just wanted to sit alone and eat peacefully and listen to my music in my headphones. But in that moment, someone random who I wouldn't think come and sat next to me. And then after that, another random person, like unique individuals who have their own community and tribe already, pulled up to sit with me. And I was like, oh, then I started making friends with all of these people that were all from different groups. And we all came out of our original groups to create our own group. But it wasn't like we were forming a group. It wasn't any kind of ally or allegiance. It was just nice to get to know you a little bit more. Like, let's have a little conversation. Let's start understand each other out of the norm that we would. And we'll go back to our own groups and we can come back and then we all start mixing. Then we all start learning a bit more. You know? It's how we should evolve. And it's a weird example, but the best way I can say it, but it's liberatory just to try new things. You know? Because in the past you forced connections and held faces and held up I want to say pretense, but you've acted like things that you've acted like things that you've wished for were your wish fulfillment when they weren't. So this is what I get. Someone in your company that is in a higher position, potentially C-suite, has done something that you wouldn't even want them to do. You don't really agree with it. You're not happy with it. But just so you don't make them feel bad, you said, oh, well done, great, that's excellent. Oh, thank you. And they're really excited, they're chuffed, they've done a great job, but you're not happy with it at all. It's not what you wanted at all. But you didn't have the ability to say that. You didn't want to break someone's heart or make them feel bad. But that's your job. You've got to be honest, because maybe that person wasn't destined to be aligned with you. Maybe that idea was for them or another company or something else. Maybe they're better off working for someone else. Maybe they're better off moving to a different department, because you're selling. That's why people lose so much money. That's why people lose so much money, and that's why people's businesses become overly stagnant all the time. Exactly what Pastor Boshoff was speaking about in one of his church services called Burn the Bridges. It says you become stagnant when you don't burn the bridge. If someone in your company isn't meeting the needs that you want, needs and demands, you've got to be willing to shift their position around, provide the equality that they need, provide the unique scope for them to provide their skills, if worth it to your corporation. If not, they're going to need to go, and you're going to need to get someone in who manages that role correctly. This is about management. Serious management. I didn't know how experienced I was as well, and how smart I was in all of this, considering all the leadership stuff I've done as well. Like, study team roles, Belbin's team roles, team hats, different personality types within. I've got 100 different things in my head. What am I talking about? Not the Belbin's one thing, right? And storming, norm, and performing, those ideologies that repeatedly cycle round. But there's something else I'm talking about, and I can't think of the person's name. I'm always thinking of theorist. I always pull on theory, and then I run that theory in practice with staff and different experiments, different teams. Like, I'm always running an experimental design on some kind of team at some point related to some theory on teamwork. So you're going to want to use those ideologies in a very light way, because you could ruin a team very easily, and you don't want to create more tension than necessary. But you do want to be smart enough to know what your team do or don't need. And one bad actor or one poorly placed member of staff will set you back millions if you've got it to be set back. Because you saying, yes, that's okay, or yes, I like that, you're eating, or that's a financial agreement, that's a corporate decision now that you've just said for the sake of it, just to keep this person happily. They would have benefited from the truth. Yeah? So there's a lot more money to come towards you, because now you've got to be clear in your messaging and your communication style. Be clear about what you want here. This is a real reading today, really unexpectedly, right? I'm going to go back and refresh everything we've spoken about, but about you stepping into your true manager position. Yeah? Speaking up. Don't be a soft manager that is just there to nourish all of your staff without nourishing you and your wallet. I love who I'm becoming as a human being, that I can even say that, because it isn't yes, we have love and light. Yes, we do. Yes, we care and value people. Yes, we stand for human flourishing, but we also stand for financial gain, financial capital, economic growth. And actually, you've got to be able to look at the love you have for every human and the capacity for economic growth in line with that. And when there are inferences that denounce either that love you provide, the love that they offer, or the finances in loss or profit margins, you got to go, whoa, hold on, wake up, reassess, realign. A lot of staff don't. Sometimes a lot of people in bigger companies at the top of the chain, you need to trim fat. You got too much. Follow the rest at the top of the chain. I know it's wrong. I know it's not fair. My company is also not desiring to go in that direction, actually, so who am I to say that? But if they're trimming fat in regards to human flourishing and human employment, understand why, understand the amounts, understand the ratios, layoffs.com, I believe, or layoff dot something. You can go and look around and see the layoffs that keep happening and the number of them. Understand why they're doing it, understand what kind of companies are doing it and what they're going to replace the human with the AI or robotic tech to take that position, and understand where you are at with that. My company, I have not said this publicly, I'm telling you guys this now, this channel's just getting weird because it's not the kind of readings I thought I would be doing, and we've got love readings over here, full-blown love, now in full-blown business, so this is interesting. But what I will share is I like to think that my company also will be one of the biggest companies that employs humans. As humans start to fall off and humans continue to be not utilised in business anymore, I want to employ as much humans as possible, and I want it to be financially viable, and I want it to be a really incredible play, a really amazing move for my corporation to stand for the human and their employment and their unique flourishment within my corporation and all of the molecular employment routes I will have for them. Yeah, and them to still be their unique individual, them to take on full-time, freelance, part-time, flexible working, remote, a range of different stuff that allows them to still really be really healthy, positive contributors to humanity through human flourishing. Because a lot of the companies at the top of the chain and what their downfall will be in regards to having moral responsibility and integrity and respect to human flourishing, in my eyes, will be the lack of humans that you employ and their desire for nothing but greedy net worth running on human and AI only. How mean, because what are all these humans going to do now with their lives? Come on, humans need jobs. Loads of humans need a job. Let's provide them with jobs, and let's provide them with jobs that is not going to be, oh, we've got to love the people, but then be a broke company. No, I want to be the richest, most world-renowned, most fantastic, most aspirational, most loving, incredible net worth on my corporation, aligned with my integrity and morals and responsibility in respect for human flourishing. Employing the most humans whilst we still navigate through the Industry 4 and the AGI revolution, because the human has very generative intelligence that is used in line with the future capacities of artificial intelligence. Not an easy situation to even explain, but an important step for mankind to take nonetheless. I like to think I'll share a lot more of that in the website in the future, and in 2025 I'll be opening a lot more conversations to be had. Yeah, a lot going on. So yeah, my brain just blown up. I'm going to leave it there and hope that you found your way through that, and then me talking about my experiences have enlightened you, because all this has done is just this opened up my mind even more, right? I'm going to say this feels like more of a reading for me, because I've just liberated myself through speaking to you today about my ascent, yeah? So whoever you need to go to and talk to about your ascent, what are your dreams? What do you want for yourself? What do you want for your company? What do you want for your future? Because I've just shared all my life and my dreams with you and where I'm going, and I've never felt greater and more empowered by it, and I've never felt more aligned to my destiny and more integritous in pursuit of what I want, and not embarrassed or feeling self-imposed to even make such a suggestion in this way. So what is that for you? What is that liberatory tongue for you? Where is your freedom and liberation, and where does that lie? And how are you going to make sure that you align to it and you truly make your customs your reality? Because we should all be living our truth. Back in the day, this is the ending, right? We're getting there. Back in the day, I said in around about 2018, maybe even as far back as 2016, I said it's not about building a career. It's about building a lifestyle. When I started doing the tarot and the spiritual life coaching again and again, the main thing I could see was the limitation and the barriers between someone's career and their lifestyle. There was no integration. There was no emerging reality where there was a real healthy coexistence. Even for some of the greatest entrepreneurs, the awkwardness between it, it's not great. You see that now with like Adele, who doesn't really do shows too much. music artists who don't want to be music artists anymore. The limitation it is and the burden it is to be a celebrity and noticed and recognized in public. A lot of people don't want to do what they do anymore because the career and the lifestyle, they don't mix. The lifestyle you want versus the career you have to take on to achieve that. That's why I worry about people going viral over the wrong thing. That's why I don't really enjoy numbers and virality in the wrong way. Because you go viral over something stupid you did, and then you made money off that one viral moment. You got to keep acting like that viral thing that you did, that you probably didn't even do on purpose. I don't really like to keep that ascent, keep the money coming in. Then you're trapped to the viral content you once made. Yeah? That's not good for your mental health. That's not good for your emotional well-being. You're forced to be the brand that you made for yourself that got you to where you're at. But we evolve. We become more than that. So it's about not just having a career, but having a lifestyle. If you choose to have a lifestyle, this is classic Tony Robbins. This is classic life coaching, teaching skills that I learned from the earliest of times. Because before anything else, really, I used to just wanted to be Tony Robbins. That's what pushed me in this direction. I love Mel Robbins as well, actually. Ain't seen her in ages, but yeah. So initially, when I thought I came into the game, I thought I was just going to be Tony Robbins, to be honest. That was my only go-to. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to work on being Tony Robbins. That's what I feel like I'm good at. And then it's evolved and evolved and evolved, but I've still kept that mentality of a lifestyle. Lifestyle. I just want that lifestyle because I want what I do every day to be my passive income. I wake up passive income. I go to sleep passive income. I go here, there, everywhere. I'm happy to work 24 hours a day whilst I've got multiple revenues of passive income. I could work a full day doing heavy, hardcore meetings or press or C-suite shit. It doesn't bother me because at that point it will be what? Lifestyle. It would be integrated. It will just be me living in the lifestyle that I want to live. I'll be talking about the things that I want to talk about. I'll be doing and assessing and testing, experimenting and reporting on things that I desire to report on. And that's what life should be about. And that's why certain companies take 10, 20, 30, 40 years to evolve to where they're at in order to be just that. Once again, I always scream that Jeff Bezos strategy. Really know who you want to be and what you want to become and put your life's work to it. Put your whole life into that design. Become one with your life. Merge your life and your career for the best possible outcome. Otherwise, you're still a slave in the system. Yeah? Love and light, guys. I'll be back soon with more.